lot of times doing TV, it kind of feels like you're performing for a camera, which you never really quite get used to. And actually having it was kind of like a small club show, having the people there, and it was a cool energy.
Well, we haven't played a really small club show in a while. I guess in like 6 months or something. Mm-hmm. And it was nice to actually like
interact,
see people, and like see all the people. And
yeah,
we're pretty burned down on festivals. We love the ACL festival, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you can not always see the people close up. You can like touch them.
Yeah.
Right there. How often do you go off the stage into the crowd?
Wynn didn't do it all summer.
Yeah, I retired. Once we kind of started doing bigger shows, there's a thing where people kind of rush forward, and if there's like a barrier or something, it kind of feels like people are getting squashed, and it just kind of wasn't that fun. It's like, oh, I'm killing you. Thank you for liking our music.
The closer I get, the closer they want to get.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. So it's kind of a luxury to be in a small room with properly marked fire exits where you can mess around a little bit.
I love playing on a small stage, especially if it's hot and sweaty. And you actually feel like you're accomplishing something, and you're like, there's like an energy there when everyone's around you.
Mm-hmm.
That when it's like well ventilated and big, it feels a little, I don't know,
you have to work
clinical.
The live band's been together since January, basically, since we started this tour. But I guess we met most of the band we knew before that. But yeah, this band.
I mean, all 10 of
so.
us. We've just started playing for this record, like with everyone. But yeah. I mean, we've been playing for, I don't even know.
Yeah.
2003 or 2004 is the start of an era.
I mean, most of the records I like, when you listen to them, there's kind of a sense of time and place. So, you can tell they were made in a particular time and place, and you can kind of hear that in the music a bit. And, I think we got to a point with this record where it's like we were kind of at this crossroads where we could have kind of gone back to the drawing board and started redoing everything. But, instead I think we managed to keep, it sounds like where we were at the time when we made the record. And I think that, I don't know, that to me, that's what's holds up the best over time. Like, so when you listen to it in 10 years, it doesn't sound like, 2007. Sounds like 2007. What a good year for baseball.
Mario.
I was right there. I don't want to hide you guys.
Here, let's trade.
Oh, please do.
No, where does it come from? I think it comes from, for me, at least, well, all the guys also, to to be inspired by the spirit of the song, and to try to use every sound, like painting, like corresponding to the emotion that you want to get across, and if it means to find a giant pipe organ or, hurdy-gurdy, or anything. You just have to find the right sound.
And we're all pretty constantly thinking about the songs and about the sound. It's like, what can I do? What will make it better? What will build it up? We don't rest on our laurels too much. Like, I'm just gonna plug it in. It's just like, what needs to be right?
Or just wanking.
We're not very good at jamming.
No, that's not
We're good
true.
at reggae.
Most of the time when we
We're
jam,
good
we
at
do fake
joke jam.
reggae. Whenever we all play together and we're not playing a song, it's usually joke reggae. That's the secret, young bands out there. Just jam on some joke-ass reggae. You can do anything. There's a lot of music around our house. Our mom was a harpist, and she played kind of jazz and classical music and stuff. So we kind of grew up around that. Our grandpa played in a big band, and we were, I think in a way we were kind of overexposed to music, so it was just really normal. It's like you'd come home from school and your friend, my mom would be playing like Debussy, and our friends would be like, wow, that's amazing. We'd be like, what are you talking about? Let's play Nintendo. And then I think most people, whatever you don't know about music unless you hear it. So you hear music on the radio, or you hear it being played out of a car, or and out of that you pick the stuff you like the best, and that kind of what forms what kind of music you're into. So I would say like in junior high and stuff, it was like mostly defined by what I heard on the radio. And then as I got a little bit older, I got into some different bands. I discovered like Radiohead and got into The Cure and some other stuff that actually after I went to boarding school, like older kids, I would steal their CDs and stuff like that. And Will was kind of a Beatles and classical music man.
Yeah,
Shut up.
What about the rest of you guys? I'm curious. What other influences?
Better that than Blues
inspirations
Traveler.
did you guys have?
Blues Traveler.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys we all listen to different
Mine's the
things.
same as Win. I saw The Cure when I was like 13, and sort of like that was kind of it.
I heard The Cure like across the room from my sister. Anyway, I didn't have lots of CDs, so I heard like music between walls, and also my neighbor, because I would just like listen to the cool stuff the neighbors are listening to. And
My
I
neighbors listen to the Eagles.
When I was a kid, I listened to ABBA, Michael Jackson,
Really?
and Christian rock.
wow.
That was
Well,
until I was about 12.
You guys were in like bands and stuff, right?
Hey, you
In
were
high school.
Yeah.
In high school, like
Yeah,
No, but even younger, right?
I was never in no
not
band.
before high school.
Oh, when was your first band?
When I was like 15,
Okay.
16.
What was it called?
The first band I was in
The
for about a
Golden
week was
Knight.
called Frozen Dough.
I thought, weren't you in the Killers?
I was in a band called The Killers.
And that band was good.
Should have copyrighted that name.
Yeah, I know. That was in the 90s, too.
That band was good.
Can you
Good
imagine?
band.
Can you imagine someone thinking of that in the 90s?
It blows my mind. I mean, there's a lot of like accordion stuff in Quebec, kind of traditional
Traditional
music.
music,
I
but
don't know
I
if
don't
you've heard
really
any of that
listen to that. I listen to Jacques Brel, classical music, jazz.
There's a slight like
crap. Metallica.
Slavic something or other in the band. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Like
Slavic studies.
I don't know why it
Yes,
came. Why
one
it's
of us-
I
there,
don't know
but
why.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, Will. Why?
Yeah, I
Weird.
wonder why.
Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone.
Like when we first started playing in small clubs, and I kind of remember like the first time we played at Sala Rosa, and there was like a line of people out the door, and that was like, whoa, people are coming to see us, and everything else has felt like some similar version of that same feeling. It's like no matter what the. For me, it's like no matter what the scale is, it's like, oh, there's people here to see us, and then you kind of get used to it, and then it's like, oh, we have a #2 record or whatever. And it's like, that's pretty damn surprising,
That's
like
weird.
for a band as weird as us, and then you kind of get used to it. But it's a similar emotion for me. It's like kind of like,
You don't get used to it, you just forget. I don't know, just don't
Well, it's the
think
minute-
about it.
it's
And
the
then you're like,
minute-
oh yeah, like we sold how many tickets? I'm like, whoa.
Well, I think
After a
for me,
certain
it's like
point-
as soon as you get used to it, then
Yeah.
it's time to stop the tour. Like I definitely remember a couple shows being on the phone up until like the minute we're playing, and then you just walk out. It's like, oh,
tour's
okay.
over.
Hey,
Yeah.
10,000 people, whatever. And it's like, oh, that's a bad attitude.
That's a bad
That's what I'm
attitude. I
saying.
can't believe you just
But that's
said that.
when the tour ends. You're just
Yeah.
like, oh, we have to go
Okay.
home right now, like,
Yeah.
because that's not the way it should be. Because it is
It's
special.
not. It's never been like that.
It's never been like that.
You
I'm
can go
very
home if
sad.
that's how you feel.
We're
You
a
can
very
go home.
passionate band, and we always
This
are
is not how
at
we
our
work.
best.
Look.
What do you
really
meant to
I'm
say?
really
is that
sorry about
we're
that.
really sorry. But anyway, we should wrap this up.
Yeah.